We're talking NBA, we're talking MLB, putting together prize picks victory cards today. That's right, victory cards. James Harden going to lead us off here. Going to talk about a no-run first inning prop as well. Going to put together probably 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 picks. I'm just doing this live off the cuff. I've got a list of 6 or 7 picks here that I like, and we'll see what I end up finishing with when I edit out the final video. So here we go. Let's get after it. Let's make some money together. Thanks for tuning in. Let's do it. All right, James Harden, I have selected his points. There's not a lot of players on the board this morning. It's fairly small. You've got some Indy and Philly players. And I went ahead and I grabbed, and I'll show you the first 2 picks here. You can see them. But James Harden, under 21.5. Now, I've been talking about the Joel Embiid MVP march, right? He's certainly putting his foot in the ring, trying to get himself that MVP award. He's been verbal about it publicly. He wants it. He's going after it. He's chasing it. And we've seen James Harden be somebody who's, points-wise has been hurt by it. Assist-wise, he's thriving. I mean, he said 13, 10, 14, 15, and he has been feeding Joel Embiid in the paint. And I think that this continues. If Embiid specifically is playing today against Indy, who he dropped 40-something points against 2 games ago, and I think that we could see virtually a similar outcome. James Harden just dishing. Harden only took 10 shots in that game. Now, I talked about the MVP march. Well, Harden has taken so many less shots, fewer shots per game compared to his first half, his stint with Philly. He's actually averaging almost 3 less shots per game as a Sixer over the last 10 days. And that's truly because Embiid is just going bonkers. Harden's taken 12, 10, 13, 10, and 15. Then he had 17 and 11 shots over those 10 days. I mean, that's wild. When's the last time you've heard of Harden going 13 or less shots in how many games is that? 5 out of 7, 15 or less, and 6 out of 7? We're just not used to seeing that. And, the assists are way up there. He's a 9+ in 6 of those 7 games. So, Embiid will keep eating. And I think if this is potentially his last game of the year. I don't know if he'll play tomorrow, if they have a game. I think NBA has a lot of teams playing tomorrow, but I would imagine that Joel Embiid likely sits out that last game, plays today, goes bonkers. James Harden racks up 1 million assists. So I like the Harden under here at 21.5 to kick us off. And while we have recently partnered with OddsJam, one of my favorite things to do here, and this honestly has helped me go bonkers the last 2 days in these NRFIs, which I am now 6-1 in picking. And here we go. I mean, I've been using OddsJam for this. So I come here, I pick on each individual game. I'm looking at the first inning total runs, and I look for the odds. Now, what I'm looking for, honestly, is the highest odds. So I've got -115 on BetMGM, FanDuel Sportsbook -112, and I was comparing all the different games. And this was a top 3 pick right now for having the highest odds. I'm not looking for best odds. I'm not placing a bet. What I'm using OddsJam for is prizepicks. I want to have a really high odds, -120, -125. Try to get up there if I can. -112 was pretty good this morning. So, I'm going to go with the under here simply because I think both offenses are starting cold. The Diamondbacks offense sucks. Both pitchers are above average. And, it's early in the season. So I'm going to go ahead and just go under with this because I have been doing very well, and I'm going to try to keep it up. 6-1 in NRFIs over the first few days of the MLB season. Let's keep it rolling. All right, next pick, Jordan Lyles, under 4.5 strikeouts. He was under this in 53% of his games last season. The match against Tampa is not ideal, and my favorite part is his under 4.5 strikeout prop is a -156 this morning on multiple different books in that area, around like 150 to 158 I'm seeing. So I'm going under. That's great odds. Anytime you get anything over like a 140 on prizepicks, I often just go ahead and take that significant value. And again, he was under this prop in 53% of his games last year. So I really, really enjoy this one. And, mixing NBA and MLB is going to be a thing here, especially as we slide into the playoffs, because you can find great value as we are moving forward in both sports, but it's often hard to find, 5 full picks in one sport early in the morning. But the beauty of it, you only need to find a couple in each sport with the early morning board, and you're good to go. I absolutely love this next pick as well. Kevin Gossman. You guys remember back in the day, used to be called Gas Can. Kevin Gas Can. This is crazy. Kevin Gossman over 5.5. He hit this in 67% of his games last year. The props on Vegas books right now are around 175 to 185, minus 175 to minus 185. I love this. Texas strikes out a ton against right-handed pitchers last year. They struck out, I believe, 23.5% of the time against righties. Crazy, crazy. So I'm taking the over there. I like that one a lot. All right, this next one is German Marquez. I'm going to go ahead and put together a 5-pick flex for you today. My man here hit the over in 81% of his games. Last season, his opening game was actually against the Dodgers, and he only had 2 strikeouts. But his over today is minus 164. And the other game against the Dodgers, he had 4 strikeouts. Both games he pitched just 4 innings against the Dodgers. He is at home today, but that is not something that scares me. Last year, 83% of his games, 15 out of 18. My guy was over 3.5 strikeouts here. So you've got a no-run first inning under projected first run right here, under half. So saying no runs in the first innings between the D-backs and Padres. James Harden under 21.5. Under 4.5 strikeouts for Jordan Lyles, over 5.5 for Kevin Gossman, and over 3.5 for German Marquez. I hope you enjoy a 5-pick flex, longer video than normal, but hey, we got double sports going. My record still stands, 66.1% hit rate on prize picks for VIP picks. And hopefully you guys are taking some W's out there in the public now with these videos. So do me a favor, if you're enjoying the videos, leave a comment down below. If we can get 50 comments, 50 comments, we'll give you some extra bonus picks today before a lock. So you'll come back, there'll be a pinned message and pinned comment. I'll edit that comment for you, give you some extra picks. Now, again, use promo code DONUTS if you could. And on Prize Picks, if you're checking this out for the first time, you get a 100% deposit match up to $100. And if you're depositing back, you can give it a try, see if it works. I have no clue. And on top of that, patreon.com/Sparry. We have MMA tonight. We've got NASCAR this weekend, NHL, PGA round 3, MLB, and NBA. That's 6 different sports being covered this weekend, today and tomorrow, for all things Prize Picks. And of course, all of these sportsbook picks and props and parlays and all those things are also included in tier 2, patreon.com/Sparry. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, and certainly turn your notification bell on. I will see you on the inside of Discord with 1,887 of your friends. That's right, man. We are growing. Thank you for getting me to 1,000 subs in the first month. You're the best. See ya, fam.